James. I'm back in the shop again. It's been a while since I did a video. I apologize about that. It's been over 2 weeks, but we're going to get back to the chess set. And again, I want to thank everybody for the subscriptions and for the wonderful comments I've been getting. It's really nice to hear that people are following along, and some people have even started their own chess sets because of the videos I've been doing. I'm blown away by that. It's really so cool. So today we're going to try and do a queen, and I'll get started and show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so we've got our walnut blank put in, which has been turned around approximately to the diameter we wanted. And this is the set that we're modeling after, so this is the queen we're going to try to make today. And we'll just progress along, and you may see it speeded up, fast motion for some of the more tedious things, but I'll try to annotate this along the way. So here we go. Okay, now we've got the recess for the felt pad that's going to go in there. Now I need to bore the hole for the weights. Come on out of there, thank you. Now the hole for the mounting to the chuck when we reverse the piece. Just like all the other pieces, I'm using what's normally a chainsaw file to get this rounded section in here. I don't have a gouge small enough, and this seems to work just fine. So that's what we'll do there. I don't have a prototype for this one yet, so this actually is the prototype. So if this doesn't work out, we'll do another one, but I think we're on the right track. Well, I think I'm going to go a little thinner through here, but I want to sand this, finish it, and turn it around and put it in my special chuck so that I can do the whole top at one time. So I'm going to sand and get the bottom done and finished, and move on from there. And we'll start out with 150 and move on through the grits. There's a spot here that's becoming difficult to sand. I'm going to go back to a higher grit and get rid of that spot. That's better. Now we'll go back up to about 800. Now I'm going to use a synthetic steel wool. It's about an 800 grit pad to polish that off. This is just a walnut stain that I've been using on the walnut pieces. The alder pieces that I'm making have a different density to the wood and a different texture, and I've discovered that I have to use a sanding sealer before the finish to get the right finish. But on the walnut I don't have to. Yes, I like the look of that. I'll probably be taking a little more off through here. Nobody likes a fat queen. We'll make her a little slimmer through there, but that's a good start. That turns pretty well. Okay, let's try to make the top. I changed the angle and zoomed in a little bit. Maybe you can see a little better. We're going to take this down to at least this thickness first, and then start putting the shape in the queen's head. Well, I still think, according to my diagram, the queen's a little bit too fat and the shoulder's a little bit too big. I like the size of the crown though. In case you can't tell, I've never done this before, so that's my indecision with choosing tools, I guess. But here we go again. Well, I like that a lot better. I don't know how I'm going to be putting those cuts in here yet. Maybe with a Dremel. I'm not sure. I will be experimenting with that after I do some sanding. It's always fun to see how the sandpaper can get rid of all the mistakes you've made. Uh-oh, my last piece of 800. Okay, these little knobs on the end are not the easiest thing to put in. Now all I have to do is figure out how to cut those half circles into the crown. And I'm going to go take a lunch and ponder on that, so I'll be back. Alright, so I've given it some thought, and what we're going to try and do is measure 8 equal spaces on here and cut a semicircle into this part of the crown to try to duplicate that queen that's there. I don't exactly know what is going to be perfect yet, but if this doesn't work, I'll be starting over, so you won't be watching this anyway, so you won't even know. So I'm going to eyeball half and half right there, and I'm going to guess on the quarter sides, and I'm going to verify if I'm close by using my calipers and just take a measurement for the centers of these. There's one. That's good, that's perfect. Wow, that's right on the nose. I lucked out. So now we want to split those in half. We want to go there and there and there. And if you've watched my previous videos, I've mentioned several times that I'm not concerned with getting absolutely perfect matches on all these pieces. I don't even want this to look like a machine made it. I'd like it to look as though someone took the time to make a chess piece. So I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, but what I wanted to try and do was just put a little file mark in as kind of a place to start, so that whatever I use to cut these won't fall out of the hole. So all I've done so far, and I apologize, I forgot to turn the camera on. I took a very small Dremel rasp and touched it into those indicator spots that I created, just enough to make a starting point. And what I'm going to do is use I have a 1/4 inch, and what I'm going to do is I have this 1/4 inch Dremel rasp that I'm going to try to cut the rest of it with without touching the inside here. And instead of going straight at it, I'm going to try to do it at about a 5 to 10 degree angle. And we'll see how well I do with that. Well, it didn't work. This would be a prototype. Well, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I was working on that queen and I was using the Dremel that I thought would work good. It was a 1/4 of an inch rasp and it ended up tearing up the top of that queen. I tried returning it, tried to save it, and I couldn't do it. So this is fast forward 2 or 3 hours. I had to go do some other work, and then I came down and I turned a new one. So this is kind of where I left off. So I used the small Dremel like I did the first time, just to mark the spots. And I am going to hand file the rest of these because I don't want to ruin this piece. So I will probably fast forward. This wood is too hard. I tried using carving tools and it's just too dangerous to chip. I'm not going to take a chance. So I will probably be fast forwarding through most of this, and then we'll go back and put it back on the lathe and finish up. So we'll just do this for a while and see what happens. I'm just doing little by little. I'm not trying to take it all at one time. Yeah, I'm gonna mount it back in the lathe so that I can look at it from the side and make sure that the depths are all correct. Okay, I can see these sides a little better from here than I could looking at them from the top. So I can make them match quite a bit better from here. Alright, time for some final sanding. Okay, well, I think this is a keeper. So I will be putting the finish on. Well, that's my first queen. Actually, I had a disaster queen today, so this is actually my second queen. I'm going to go set it down with the rest of the pieces so we can all look at its proportions, and I'll be back for that in a minute. So there's the queen. I have one more white queen to go. Here's the rest of the pieces that I have done so far. I just want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank you for your subscriptions and especially for all your nice comments. We'll be doing another video soon. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.